Hello, my name's Katie and welcome to my shed. So, as promised, today is Saturday and I need to do a big reset. Not just as in like I need to tidy. We've talked about that. My brain is not in the game. So we're going to do some tidying, we'll do some chatting and we'll do some painting of sorts. Just something to get me in the groove. Is it the 1970s? Apparently so, if I'm saying in the groove. Just get me back in the right frame of mind, the right zone. So this morning, before I came out here, let's start from the beginning. As per usual, I've been up since 4, but between 2 and 4 was woken 3 times. So I've not slept very well. I suspect a lot of that is affecting my mindset currently. But we're going to ignore that because I can't get more sleep. So I need to do something else. So we'll change the things that I can change. I can't fix the sleep at the moment. And the first thing we needed to do, or I needed to do, was to try and declutter my head a bit. And I had a lot of work that needed doing. So I've spent an hour or so just getting some of that done so that I can hopefully empty that bit out of my brain and concentrate on tidying this shed and getting my... I'm trying to think of something that's not going to make me sound really old. Just to try and enjoy this space a little bit more. So let us have some tidy time on a nice little time lapse, which you may or may not see much of, and I'll warm up the shed and then we will have a chat. Well, I've got it a little bit tidier. Look, there's quite a bit of space here. There's a bit of space there. Desk got tidier, is messy again, but we'll work on that. I'm going to take some stuff into the house, so I just wanted to show you. Excuse the hatness, a bit wonky. What I wanted to do, better, is show the stuff that I'm going to take into the house, because if you're new here, you might not have seen all of it, and some of this stuff I did off camera as well. So I'm going to show you what I'm taking into the house, and then I don't know what I'm going to do with that. Some of it's going to stay in the house, in here, and get worked over the top. So I'm probably going to take my galah and leave that here, unless anybody wants a galah, let me know. That one's going in the sketchbook box. This one's going into the house because I love it. Whether I keep it for me or if it gets sold, I'm not sure. Then I've got the peregrine. He's going into the house. Hopefully. And the tawny, little tawny. And the hawfinch. Some of these are going up on my wall and some of them will go in my box. I've applied for a few different art fairs this year, so hopefully we will be successful. This one, and it's got bits of plant on it from the workshop. That one is going up on my wall. I have got other versions of that one if anyone's interested. but I just think that's quite a nice one. But because it's been in here, they're just getting a bit damp. This one is going in. I have decided it is finished. It took me a while to work out whether it was finished or not, but I think it is. And this one was a half-baked thing that never got finished. That's staying in here and will probably get painted over. Then I've got some yellow hammers. I had the one up on the back wall for a long while. That's in the house already. And then this one is going in. You can see my reflection, sorry. To the house. And we've got the oil painting that I did, part of a workshop with my friend Amanda Barrett. She's an artist as well. You should check her out. She's amazing. Does mainly plein oils, but she's fantastic. She's not on YouTube, but she is on all the other social things. Okay, well, there's more stuff to sort out down here. This looks going in the sort out pile. That one's good. Some of this isn't paintings, there's a bit. Right, what else have we got? We've got a tester piece. That's probably going to stay in here. I don't know what to do with that. My ducks on the back bit of my water rail. Going into the house. Okay, what we've got here, I've got some half finished. Oh no, this one, I can't remember which way up it went. This was an abstract landscape. I think it was that way up. It might have been. I'm not sure. Let me have a look at it. No, it's definitely. It was definitely. That way up. But you know, if you prefer it a different way up, that's fine. This one, I'm not sure if you saw that one or not. And another landscape. I do love my, they just make me happy, these abstract landscapes. This one, it's finished, maybe a little bit boring. I think this one would look better framed. One. And there's more. Do you know what? I've been a busy girl this year. This one, I think that was this time last year, or maybe a little bit later. That one is going to stay in here. And then a half finished barn owl. That better stay in here. And then finished barn owl, I think, but that's not going to make it. And then this one, which I think I spent ages. This one needs a varnish, so I won't take him in just yet. I think I did varnish it, but maybe it's got a bit scuffed up. I think that one will stay in here and just get a tidy up. I mean, this was I think one of the first things I started working on this channel a year ago, and it was meant to go to my sister. It's also scuffed up, so that's going to stay here, get fixed, and then I'll ask her if she wants it. I don't know if she does. And this one. So, thinking it's interesting looking at them all, how my colour palettes changed, because the ones at the beginning of the year, I don't know if you remember, if you watched the video the other day where I was talking about liking the dual sort of colours, there's a lot of those in that, and this one I probably use less of it now. Right, I'm going to start taking this stuff into the house, then probably football, then we'll come back and do some painting, talking, something a bit more interesting for you, because I think watching me tidy up a shed, not that interesting. See you Sunday. What we're going to talk about. So it's Sunday, and last night I finished reading my first book of 2026, which is good because I was meant to be reading one a month, and today is the 1st of Feb. So what I thought I'd do, because I'm still not quite in the headspace to do anything proper, is I want to do these little portraits or something like this. I'm probably going to do self-portraits actually, because what I tend to do when I'm doodling is do little self-portraits anyway. So we're going to have a go. I think it'd be a bit boring if they're all self-portraits, but we're going to have a go at doing some of these sorts of shapes, and then some hairs, and then we'll make some little faces, because that's the sort of thing I can do without having to think too much. So we'll do that, and when we'll finish tidying up, it is nearly done. I just need to sort out the pictures. I still need to take some stuff in from the other shed into the house, but otherwise we're good. And did you see, I don't know if I'm going to put it in or not, but I did it as a short yesterday, but I did this little postcard yesterday. These sorts of things make me happy. I think it's just because I'm not really thinking too much about the image. I'm just playing with the stuff and seeing what happens. Anyway, right, let's draw some people. I'm going to put the dehumidifier and the heater back on for a little while, and then we'll catch up again in a bit. Okay, thought we'd have a chat. I've done my tidying up. I've made a bit more mess, but it's only a little mess and I'll tidy that up. And it's a late coffee kind of day. I don't normally have coffee late in the day, but it's been a long day. I don't even know what the time is, but as is standard for me, I've been up since 4. I'm just tired. And I feel like I just wanted to chat to you guys a bit, because I feel like in the last couple of videos I've said I'm really tired, and I don't know, some of it is physical, but I think some of it is that, you know, when you get that sort of massive fatigue where everything just feels heavy. So that's why this weekend I really want to have a bit of time when I'm not doing too much and I'm chilling a little bit more. I mean, I have still been in here pretty much all day tidying up and bimbling around, but it feels like it's more on my terms. That makes sense. And I just want to have a little bit of a kind of creative reset. So doing those little sketches and those doodles was perfect, and I'm going to do some more of those this afternoon without you guys, but I'll show you. If I create anything amazing, I'll show you. But and I don't want to use the word burnout, because I don't feel like it's like a creative burnout. I think I've been doing a lot. I've been doing a lot of work. I've been doing a lot here. There's a lot going on at home, and I think sometimes that takes its toll, and you do need a few days where it's a little bit lighter. And I don't know that the art challenge helped, because I wasn't really thinking about my creativity much. I was just thinking about let's do a bit of mixing and then paint some birds. I wasn't really thinking about what I wanted to create. And I did touch on this before, but I feel like that's good because it took away the need to think too much, because you know you've got to draw X, Y and Z. But maybe I've kind of lost myself a little bit these last few weeks. So let me tell you what we're going to do. So I'm going to spend the afternoon just doing a bit of doodling and a bit of thinking and getting my head back in the game. But it's kind of mindless doodling. So I don't like the term mindful. I just want to switch off and just maybe do some landscapes and a few more portraits in my sketchbook. And then on my next day off, hopefully the weather will be better, we're going to go out, because I feel like whenever I felt like this in the past, I need to go out, I need to see something, feel something, you know, and then get a bit more inspiration. So either go for a walk somewhere, well I probably will just go for a walk somewhere, might take myself to Lackford Lakes, we've been there before, and do a bit of painting outside, or I might just go for a walk across some fields. Who knows, we'll see what the weather's doing and what I fancy doing on my day off, but we're going to do that, and I think that will help. So I'm going to have my coffee, I'm going to I don't know what I'm going to do. Just going to get some sketchbooks and do a few doodles. I didn't show you the ones I did earlier. Not properly, did I? But they are so much fun. Well, see, that was meant to be me, but the hat's about 2 foot too high. It needs to be down there. Oh, and I haven't got any glasses on it. But I like her. Oh, and I also like this lady here. Yeah, they're fun. So I'll probably do some more of that. I'll paint on the back of that. I can't waste paper. Anyway, I'm going to probably switch you off for a little bit and have a bit of a bimble around. And I might see you again later today, or if not, I will see you on Tuesday. Good morning. Oh wow, I'm a long way away. Let's sort you out. Good morning. It's Tuesday morning now, and I was going to go out and I am still going to go out and do some painting, but probably not what I initially thought, for a couple of reasons. The most important one is it's so blinking cold, like the wind is icy, and I don't want to go out in that because I don't like being cold and I certainly wouldn't be able to draw in it. So we're going to do some lay-by drawing, and it's not the evening, so it might look a little bit less dodgy. So I'm just going to get my stuff ready for that, and then we're going to go out and do some drawing. The most important thing is, hang on, where is it? You know, I felt like I needed a little bit of a lift, a bit of rejuvenation. So what helps you rejuvenate more than anything else, I just realised mine, is a parcel from Jackson's. Let me undo it. I can't actually remember what I ordered. I mean, it's payday, isn't it? And your girl works hard, so she deserves pretty things. So let's have a look and see what pretty things she ordered. Where's your go-to place to cheer yourself up when you need a little lift? Okay. It's a big box. I don't remember ordering that much stuff, so I think they might have over packaged, but let's create a table out of the dustbin. All the best tables are dustbins, aren't they? If you're a Disney fan. Okay, first thing I bought, and I don't know what I'm going to use this for, but it was 30p, so I thought it was worth owning for 30p. It's some 3D paint, and I thought at that price my daughter can use it, but you can use it as bead glue or fabric glue as well as embellishing on cards and things like that. And I think for that price I could use the bottle. I could make some liquid acrylic and use the bottle for that price. Then there's two little ones. These are the interesting ones. We'll save those till last. And then some sketchbooks. I am quite envious of those people who do those beautiful aesthetic videos. I am not one of those people. So I bought this one for my daughter. It's a little sketchbook. It's 20 pages and it's under £1, and it's the same paper that I use for my swatching, and I like that paper. I'm not sure it's the best quality. Then there's a Fabriano Academia. Again, just a very thin, smooth paper. I'm not sure whether it would hold any watercolour or anything like that. 12 leaves, and that was under £2 as well. And then this one I'm quite excited for, because it's the same as the one I use for my swatching, but it's the A3 size. So I feel like this would be really good for sketching out. And I would take it out today, but if I'm painting on my lap, I need something with a hard back, so I won't. But I think it's going to be a good laying out, sketching out, doodling kind of pad. Okay, and let's open the two exciting ones. One of them, I think it's this one. Now, they had the Roman Szmal sale on when I placed the order. I don't know if it's still on or not. And I wanted to get one of their little palettes because they're really cute. Small palette, travel palettes. But I couldn't work out whether or not it would hold full pans. So it holds 12 half pans. But I wanted something to take full pans. And I was happy with 6. But because I quite like a bigger brush and I'm a messy worker, half pans don't really suit me. I end up with just, I mean, for example, and that's with the full pan. You can imagine how messy I'd be with the half pan palette. So I just, rather than ordering the Roman Szmal one, because I wasn't sure whether or not, it was a bit dusty, whether it would hold the full pan, I've just gone for the Jackson's own one. So it's just a little Jackson's palette. It's very similar size to my Rosa one. And I can pop some paints in there. So this will be my going out palette, probably, maybe. Because I've got a few full pans that I can't fit in. So as you can see, stuck on here, on top is a Rosa, some sort of green. I can't remember what green it was, but it doesn't fit in that palette because there's too many things in it already. So, and I also may have bought myself some sweeties in here, so let's have a look what it is I bought. So don't forget, obviously you have to round it up to £50 to get the free shipping. I bought myself a new Holbein gouache. This one is a light ochre. Not the most exciting colour, but I think it'll go with my set, my palette. But I've already got my little set of gouaches, so that's why I've gone for that. We'll have a look at those in a minute. And then this is quite exciting. So I've got 5 new watercolours. So I can't really remember what colours they are. So this one is it gonna, yeah, there you go. This one's the quinacridone gold. That's number 310. I've never tried the Roman Szmals before. I know people love them. I don't know if they're any good. I've gone for a Hansa yellow medium. I have gone for a royal blue, quite a light blue. I've gone for a, what's this one? Phthalo blue, green shade. And I've gone for a quinacridone red. Anyway, so it's a lot of box for not a lot of stuff, isn't it? Right, let's unpack and put these in the palette and maybe have a play with them. Let's have a play. I'll turn you around. Well, that was rather satisfying, wasn't it? This one is beautiful. Like, I don't know if you can see, but it sort of shimmers. So Let me get a brush. Let's try a nice brush. I feel like nice paints deserve a nice brush. This is just the 5 basic colours, and then with a bit more water and then dropped into water, so I can see what happens there. And then this is my colour mixing. I'm kind of laughing at myself because I don't think I could have picked a worse day with less interesting skies than today. That being said, I'm going to show you what I'm looking at, and we're going to try and draw it. It's not going to be very hard because it's just grey. So normally this is quite a nice view and you can sometimes see it over to Ely Cathedral, and it's lovely. This, however, is not. So, right, let's give it a go. It's not working. The wind is blowing the paper everywhere. Yeah, I think we have to find another location where I can do it in the car. Where I'm at the moment, there's a fence in the way, so I can't see. So let's move the car. On the other hand, there are the horses running up and down the field, which is lovely. I've moved not very far, but I really like this fence and the lines of the track beyond it, and obviously the crow. Let me just do that. Do you want to see that person? Yeah, she's walking away. So yeah, I like these lines. So I'm going to try and get something with these in, and see how we go. Okay, so this was what I was trying to draw, and let me show you what I have drawn. I feel so self-conscious. Right, there we go. I'm going to have to show you from this angle, I think. It's a bit big. There we go. That's what I've drawn, and that was what I was drawing. Some of it I like, some of it I don't like so much. There is a bit more that I want to do to it, but it's wet and it's cold, so it's not drying very well. This is so hard. It's so hard to balance you on my dashboard. And also there's people around and I feel like a numpty. Yes, so there are some bits that I want to do to it still. I want to put some more pencil marks in. Some bits need flattening out a little bit more, but actually as a little study, there's bits that I really like. I think I'm going to take you home and we'll talk about it a bit more there, because I'm quite cold and it'll be just more comfortable in the shed, won't it? Right, we'll see you in a minute. Okay, we're home. So let's have a think. Is it accurate? No. No. But I feel like it represents what I was seeing. I could do with taking this chunk out, if I'm honest. Let's put the imaginary. Maybe, I don't know, like I feel like it needs that, but maybe we need to get rid of some of that. And some of that, maybe. Although I do quite like the square format. Anyway, it doesn't really matter too much because it's not going to be a finished painting, is it? What I'd like to do is work a little bit more on some of the textures. I like these bits here, quite like here. I do feel it leads these passages where there's not a lot going on. But I really want to get spots in, as you can probably tell, because I started, I just didn't quite finish. And Poscas are absolutely fine for that. Not all the way across, but just sort of this area here. So I'm going to put those in. And then I might have a look at this bit here, but then I think I'm going to leave it because it is just a study. Okay, I know this might feel random, but I feel like this app fixes it, because what I was trying to get here is the fact that all the cars kind of come in and sweep around, and it is a real turning area, and there was a lot of movement in the gravel and sort of tyre marks, so that's what I'm trying to get in here. I'm really pleased with it. I think this bit here is not exactly right, but that colour was there. There's I don't know if it's a stable building or what it is, something there which is that bright bluey green colour. I really like it. Whether we do anything with that now or if it just stays as a sketchbook study, who knows. I just went into the house and forgot to talk to you and sign off the video, so go me. So it has been a bit of a funny one today, hasn't it? We've had a tidy up, we played some new toys. They are sitting looking pretty in my tin. I am yet to be convinced that they are worth the extra money, because they are probably not quite twice the price, but almost twice the price of the roses. So we'll see. But I have only bought a few of them, so the colours are quite nice. I have added in one of my indigos just so that I can get some more darks, and that has helped. So happier now. And I probably didn't need them, and I didn't need them, but they made me happy for those few minutes when I was opening them. And that's why we earn adult money, isn't it? So that we can do fun things with it. So we've done that. I did some sketching the other day, which I won't bother you with, but it was just more doodling really. And then today we went outside, and do you know what? I think it just proves to me that going out, even on a day like today, where it was, oh look, it's even started raining now. It's windy, it's grey, really, really cold, miserable. I still managed to find something with a bit of colour and created something fun that actually I really like, and I may or may not develop into something, but getting outside is the key, isn't it? this time of year is tough, and I think sitting in your house or your shed and not getting out and about, it leaves you without any oomph or inspiration. So I suppose my takeaway is I need to get out a bit more and see stuff. Seeing stuff will wake up that part of my brain. So hopefully my next day off the weather will be a little bit nicer. We might actually go on a proper explore somewhere. I have no idea how long this video is going on for. It could be really short, it might be long, who knows. I forgot to say, you see my little birdies hanging up here? They were made by my mother-in-law as a little Christmas gift, and they maybe look a little bit, it looks a little bit like I'm hanging up dead birds in my shed, but it's the only way I can get them to stand up and be seen. So apologies if that offends you and they look a little bit like I'm pegging dead birds, like the twits in my shed. They didn't peg them, did they? They glued them. Anyway, right. Let's stop rambling and sign off, shall we? So I hope you've had a lovely week and that you've done some creating. And if you're feeling a bit like you're in a funk, then my advice would be get outside, even if it's just going for a walk around the block or something. And or on a miserable day, sitting in your car, but go somewhere different. I'm quite pleased that I was brave enough to paint, and you will have seen on that video that people were coming past on their horses, so they could definitely see what I was doing, and I carried on. I mean, I did ignore them and I kept my head down when they were coming past, but I still did it. So that's progress for me. That's me being brave. Sounds like the neighbour's doing some serious tidying up next door, so apologies if you can hear that. Yes, so have a lovely week, get outside, go see something, get a bit of inspiration if you've got any kind of a funk on like I have. I am going to go in, I've got to do some housework, you know, have a life, have to do some housework, then I'm back at work for the rest of the week, and my next day off will be Saturday, which will be when this video is uploaded, so that you can all see it. So have a great week, and I will see you soon. Bye.